Hello everyone. The next topic which we will be studying here is about the human circulatory system. Now, how does the human circulatory system work and what is human circulatory system? So the human circulatory system, it consists of various arteries, veins, heart. So these are some of the organs of the human circulatory system. And if I talk about the human circulatory system, then human body, it is a complex machine which require many processes to function efficiently. So to keep these crucial processes running without any dysfunctioning, vital elements and components, they need to be delivered to the various parts of the body. So the role of transportation is undertaken by the human circulatory system, in which there is a moving of essential nutrients. There is a moving of essential nutrients and minerals throughout the body and the metabolic waste products away from the body. So now we will discuss about the human circulatory system. So as you can see in this particular diagram, it is been showing the various parts of the human circulatory system. Now, what are the parts? So the main part of the human circulatory system is the heart. So main part of the human circulatory system is the heart. And the blood which is being transferred through various body parts. So these are being represented in red and yellow parts. So the red part is the arteries and the blue part is the veins, because arteries, they carry the oxygenated blood and veins, they carry the deoxygenated blood. So this is the main parts of the human circulatory system. Now, human circulatory system consists of a network of arteries, veins and capillaries with the heart which is pumping the blood through it. And the primary role of this human circulatory system is to provide essential nutrients, for example minerals and hormones, to various parts of the body. So human circulatory system is responsible for collecting their metabolic wastes and toxins from the cells and tissues to be purified or expelled from the body. So this is about the human circulatory system. Now, before going towards the organs of human circulatory system, first we will discuss some of the main important features of human circulatory system. Now, what are the important features? So first of all, the human circulatory system consists of blood, heart, blood vessels and lymph. So these are the organs of the human circulatory system. Human circulatory system circulates blood in two loops, that is called as the double circulation. So that part is known as the double circulation. One is oxygenated blood and the another is the deoxygenated blood. And if I talk about heart here, so heart, they have consist of four chambers, that is two artericles and two auricles or two ventricles. And human circulatory system possesses a wide spread of blood vessels and they comprise of arteries, veins and capillaries. So in the previous slide also it was being depicted that the whole of the human body was being depicted in red and blue color. So that were arteries, veins and the other were capillaries. So the primary function of the blood vessels is to transport the oxygenated blood and nutrients to all the parts of the body. And it is also tasked while collecting metabolic wastes to be expelled from the body. Now the most circulatory system diagrams, that do not visually represent its shear length. So if we see theoretically, if the veins arteries and capillaries of a human were laid out end to end, it would span a total distance of 1 lakh 1 lakh kilometers. So this is the total distance. Now this was about the features of the human circulatory system. Now we will discuss the important organs of the human circulatory system, and that are heart, blood, blood vessels, and lymphatic system. So first we will be discussing is about the heart. So let's start with the heart. So this is the heart, which is considered as the main part of the circulatory system. From here all the blood is being transported to the body through various veins and arteries and capillaries. So heart is a muscular organ which is located in the chest cavity right between the lungs. It is positioned slightly towards the left in the thoracic region and it is involved by the pericardium. Now it has four chambers. Now what are the four chambers here? They have right left ventricle, right ventricle, and they have left atrium and they have right atrium. So they have total of four chambers. The heart have four chambers. Two on the upper chambers called the arteria and the two on the lower chambers which is called as the ventricles. So this is the main heart and all the things are being displayed here. Now there is a pulmonary artery. This is the aorta which is being represented in red here. Vena cava is there. Then bundle of His is there. There is interventricular spectrum, apex. So all the labelings which are important, all the labelings are being mentioned here, and these are very important part of the heart. Though other animals also possess a heart, the way their circulatory system is quite different from the human. So we are talking here about is the human circulatory system, but also animals, they also have the circulatory system, but they have a little different concept in them. So in some cases, the human circulatory system is much more evolved when compared to insects or mollusks. So this is what the heart is. Now the next we will be studying here is about the blood. So blood, which is a body fluids connective tissue, and it forms a vital part of the human circulatory system. It is considered as the vital part of the human circulatory system. Its main function, the blood's main function is to circulate the nutrients, hormones, minerals, and other essential components to different parts of the body. So blood flows through a specified set of blood pathways called the blood vessels. Now the organ which has been involved in pumping the blood to different parts of the body is the heart. So we have discussed the functions of the heart in the previous slide as well. Now there are blood cells, blood plasma, proteins, and other mineral nutrients such as the sodium, potassium, and calcium that constitute the human blood. Now the blood is composed of plasma, which is the fluid part of the blood, and plasma is composed of 90% water. So plasma is composed of 90% water, and the blood is also composed of RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. So these are some of the components of the blood. So next we will be discussing is about the types of blood cells. So there are three types of blood cells. First is the red blood cell, second is the white blood cell, and the third is the platelets. Now what are these? So red blood cells, they are mainly involved in the transportation of the oxygen, nutrients, and other substances to various parts of the body. These blood cells also remove waste from the body. So the red blood cells also remove waste from the body. If I talk about white blood cells, which is also called as the leukocytes, so the white blood cells, they're also called as the leukocytes. So they are specialized cells which function as a body's defense system. They provide immunity by fending off the pathogens and the harmful microorganisms. So this was about the two blood cells. Now comes the platelets, which is also called as thrombocytes. So what is the function here? So platelets, they are involved in formation of the clot to stop the bleeding. So whenever there is a wound, whenever there is an injury, the platelets, they come to that place and helps to stop the bleeding and helps in the clotting factor. Helps in the clotting. So they act on the site of the injury or a wound. So these are the three types of blood cells. Now we will talk about is the blood vessels. So blood vessels, they are a network of pathways through which blood travels throughout the body. So arteries and veins, two they are the two primary types of blood vessels in the circulatory system of the body. Now, if I talk about arteries, so arteries, they are the blood vessels that transport the oxygenated blood from the heart to various parts of the body. They are very thick, elastic, and they are divided into small network of blood vessels, which is also called as the capillaries. That are also called as the capillaries. The only exception to this is the pulmonary artery, which carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. So the pulmonary artery was being represented in the diagram of the heart, that there was a pulmonary artery. This is the only exception case which carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Now the veins. So the veins, they are the type of the blood vessels that carry the deoxygenated blood towards the heart from the various parts of the body. So as compared to the arteries, the veins, they are thin and elastic, and they are present very closer to the skin. So if you see the greenish portion on your hand or on your skin, that is the upper part of the vein. So that is the veins which are present very closer to the skin, while the arteries, they are present deep inside the skin, so that they are not clearly visible to us. So however, pulmonary and umbilical veins, they are the only veins that carry the oxygenated blood in the entire body. So in case of veins, there are pulmonary veins which carry the oxygenated blood. So this was about the blood vessels. Next, I talk about is the lymphatic system. So lymphatic system, it consists of another fluid which is called as the lymph. So lymph, it is a type of tissue fluid. It is produced by the lymphatic system, and it comprises of a network of interconnected organ nodes and ducts. So it is a colorless fluid. And what it is consist of? It is consist of salts, proteins, water, and transport of circulates digested food, which is and absorb fat to intercellular spaces in the tissue. So that is the function of lymph here, which is a part of the lymphatic system. Now we have studied all this. Now what are the main functions of the circulatory system? So the most important function of the circulatory system is transporting oxygen throughout the body. So the other vital functions are as follows. So it helps in sustaining all the organ system. It transports the blood. So circulatory system, it transports the blood, the nutrients, the oxygen, carbon dioxide, and hormones throughout the body. So it is the main function of the circulatory system. It protects the cells from the pathogens. So it will protect the cells from the pathogens. It acts as an interface from cell to cell interaction. And the substances that are present in blood, they help repair the damaged tissue as well. So they help in the repair of the damaged tissue as well. So these are all the functions of the human circulatory system. Now these are some of the references. Thank you.